Hello, you are welcome to another interesting content. Please, if you are among those followers, subscribers, and fans that have been complaining that their broilers are not growing, that their chickens have stopped laying eggs, that they have done everything within their capacity and still the broilers are not growing, perhaps you are among those that just sent videos to me recently. This particular content is for you. If you have given enough food, you believe that you have the best breed and still your best are not growing, and peradventure you want to sell your best within this festive period, and based on their weight right now, you believe within you that these chickens cannot make it. Even if they will make it, you will not be able to make profit. Relax and watch this video till the end. Please don't skip any track of this video. Follow it systematically from beginning till the end, because I'm going to give you 20 points, 20 good points that will determine or will tell why your best broilers are not growing according to your expectation. Based on my position as a consultant in poultry and livestock agribusiness, I have many farms globally. I receive many calls and I solve numerous problems, either on call, chat, or in the farm. So I have been opportune to have an idea outside my training and education, practical on the site issue, solutions to different issues based on this particular content I'm making now. And I have received more than 10 videos already waiting for me now on the same issue. If you're among those people, start clapping for yourself, because the solution is right now. But you have to help yourself to make sure that you watch this video to the end, because that particular track you want to skip may be the one that is holding you. A farmer called me, he's one of my followers. They called me that the birds are stopped laying eggs. How many birds? Out of 1,000 birds, only 500 are laying well. Others suddenly just stopped on their own. I can't go there because of the cost of traveling to that particular state. I now ask, what do you think is the problem? I don't know the problem, sir. I don't know the problem. They just suddenly stopped. I know that that person is still watching this video right now. And when I ask her, which type of feed you're giving, she mentioned the feed. How is their water? She said it's automatic water system. I said, okay, but how is their poultry dropping? She said, for her, the poultry dropping is very good. Everything is sound. I said, do you know they have problem? That's why they stopped it. She said, yes, but she can't detect the problem. I said, okay. Now, for me, are they eating well? She said, no. That portion of the chicken that stopped laying are not eating at all. When you give them food, the food will still remain there. I said, okay. It is possible that they don't have water, or you're not giving them water. She said, no, that they have automatic water system. That the same water that supply others, supply to them. I said, okay, it is possible that their own water is blocked. She said, no, that they drink. That she even see them drinking the water from the nipple. I said, okay, go and check the nipple. She went back, checked the nipple the next day, discovered that some dates have blocked all the sources of those nipples. Those birds, they put their mouth there to drink, to sip, but the water is not dropping. The nipple have blocked. So for that reason alone, those birds cannot eat. They couldn't eat that food. And if they can't eat, there is no way they will lay egg. And that's why they stopped laying, because they stopped eating. Why are they laying eggs? They eat the food, digest the food, assimilate it, convert it to egg for you. That's what they do. But when you give them food, the food remains there, because if they eat the food will stock and they may eventually go from there. So the only way for them is just to stop eating, because there is no water for them to eat. They are animals, but they are sensible. When that woman discovered that, they now service the whole neighbors. They started flushing. All the birds rushed and started drinking water. Some of them even left the water and started eating the food. That is what chicken can do for you. From that day, the next day she said, they are not laying. I said, yes, there is no how they will lay, because they have mixed the nutrition that would have given them that egg. So they have to eat for some days to cover up those nutrition and balance up. So within 3-4 days, they started laying. She also called me. I know that she's watching this video. Why I give you this story? There are a lot of stories. I'll give it. I just want to give you this one alone for you to know that before something happens, something must have happened. It is a reaction or action of a reaction, or reaction of an action. So this is why I'm making this video right now. So let's go in there. One of the reasons why your chicken or birds or broiler is not growing is because it could be one nutrition issue. Birds requires diet with adequate protein, carbohydrates, and enough minerals for growth. Inadequate nutrition can deter or stop their growing or give them stunted growth. You need a very good balanced ration. That's why whenever you tell me that your chicken are not growing, I will ask you, which kind of food are you giving to them? Some of you start listing the company's name. It's not the company that matters. What matters is what is the quality of the feed. Most of you give that company food and at the same time give chaff in order to reduce costs. Let me tell you, what you do in poultry business is garbage in, garbage out. What you give them is what they are going to, they will convert it to meat for you or egg for you. That's what they do. That food you are giving to them, they will eat it, convert it, multiply it, and give it back to you in flesh or in egg. That's what they are doing. So if the food is not proteinous, if the food is not concentrate, if the food doesn't have enough vitamins, minerals, and all the additives are not complete, they will be lacking. And if they are lacking, they will not be able to give you maximum results. That's why most of the times you discover that their chicken are not growing well. So if you are in the habit of mixing chaff and all the garbages, stop it. It's not compulsory that you must give them commercial feed. You can formulate the feed by yourself, but make sure that you have a very good formula that will suit their age and their breed. Because you won't give layers feed that is meant for broilers, or give broilers feed that is meant for layers. So you must give them correct concentrate, and at the same time the one that is needed for their age, their breed, and the nutritional requirement must be complete. You must have the complete protein, you must have the complete carbohydrate, you must have the energy, you must have the vitamins, you must have the minerals, and at the same time there must be addictive to balance up if there is any deficiency in all those feeds. This is what they do. Next one is disease. Hidden disease or infection can stop them from growth, can deter their growth, can at the same time cause some health issues for them, like parasites. It can affect their nutritional absorption and metabolism. It can also lead to poor growth. And that one is stress. Don't give them food during the stressful period or stressful hour, or when the temperature is too high. It will affect them because most of them will not eat. Stressful conditions such as overcrowding, noise, predators, or these harmful animals that move around can cause them not to eat properly well. And if you didn't give them enough space and they don't move around, there is no how they can easily digest the feed, and at the same time conversion of the feed and absorption will be difficult. That is why they can have stunted growth. And that one is genetics. The genetic factor is very, very important. The genetic factor can cause them not to grow well if the genetics, because it plays a very important role in their growth potentials. Birds from genetically inferior or sick birds will have stunted growth, but those that have healthy genetics will do better than others. And that one is parasites. both the internal and external parasites. If they have external parasite, they will always be busy using their beak, using their mouth to scratch their body. And the same mouth should be used for eating. So if they don't eat, there's no how they can convert the feed for you. That's why it is very important that you always deworm your birds, both for endoparasite and for ectoparasite, to make sure that they're always free from any parasitic infection at all. Another one is water management. Water is very good. I thank God I have given you a very brief story of what water costs in a very big farm in one of the states in Nigeria. But you know that water is very important. So very clean water, poor quality water, contaminated water can lead to poor digestion or digestion issues. So nutrient absorption will be hampered, will be endangered. So there is no need they can eat if the water is not neat. And there's no way they can convert the feed if they don't drink water. That's another one. Another instance is what temperature and ventilation. Please, before you build a poultry house or even cage, assuming you want to start with a cage as a beginner, please consult an expert. Go for training. Expert will guide you on the best position and the best structure for your cage. Even if he's not the one that will construct the cage for you, but he will guide the person that will construct the cage for you. So they will give you a very good cage that have cross ventilation. Poultry birds need air more than even the food. They can live longer without food, but they can't live without ventilation and high temperature. Poultry birds can live for complete 3 days without food and water, but they can't live up to 5 seconds in higher temperature. If the temperature exceeds beyond the limit, they will not live again. And if there is no humidity and ventilation in that particular area, they will suffocate and go from there. So have you seen that? The temperature and humidity, including the ventilation, plays more important role even than the food itself. Because there's no way they can eat if the place is not properly ventilated. Have you seen it? So that's why to tell you that it's not only food that makes chicken grow. Because when I ask you how you say you would mention the best food, some of you will mention the food that because they has the highest cost in the market, feeling that I will praise you for that. If you do all those things and they are in a very poor environment, I can remember clearly that I told one woman that seeing your birds and the environment where you place them, I cannot even grow if you place me there. I told that woman, that person is watching this movie now. So one of the things you need to know that the environment plays a very important role in their growth. And that one is what? Feed quality. Yes, poor feed quality. Poor feed is very, very critical. Don't give them feed that is contaminated. Don't give them feed that is filled with pathogens. Don't give them feed that is outdated or expired. It will endanger their life and it will cause growth issue also. And that one is lighting system. Make sure you give them proper light, most especially at the night, especially during brooding. During brooding is very critical. That's the time they need to eat because they grow faster during the early stage of their life. The first 3 to 4 weeks of life is when they have the maximum growth rate. After that, they will start dropping. Their growth rate will start dropping. So that is why most of the times, if you tell me that your broilers are 8 weeks, 10 weeks, I'll start asking you, why are you keeping them up to that extent? Because their growth that time may not be enough to sustain them. And it may not be enough for you to make profit. Because they will eat much and give you a little meat. They may even drop the weight they have already gained also. Another one is space. Space overcrowding can lead to overstress and can at the same time lead to high competition and at the same time can negatively impact their growth. Another one is breeding issues. Inbreeding or poor breeding with practices can at the same time cause poor growth also. Water availability of water, clean water. As I earlier said, fresh water will do what? Hydrate them properly for them to eat well. Immunity. Please make sure you fortify them at the appropriate time. You know all those fortifications you need to give them weekly. Make sure you do it during the breeding time to make them stronger against anything that will compromise their health system. Disease immunity and remove them from toxic environment. I have been telling most of my fans and followers that using charcoal to brood their chicken is outdated. Please, that charcoal most of the times do what? Bring out a lot of smokes, and these smokes endanger their health system. These smokes, they inhale a lot of carbon monoxide, which affect them most of the time during the growth period. It will affect them. It will affect their internal organs, and they will find it difficult to grow. Use gas breathing heater. If you don't have an idea of gas breathing heater, see in this particular video now, you see a gas breathing heater that I personally invented. This gas breathing heater to help global farmers. So this gas breathing heater have been sold in different parts of the world. They are using it, and it's very, very good. There is no low consumption of energy. It has regulator. It can give you 24/7 heat. It cannot be overheated, because if you're using charcoal to brood your chicken tonight, most of the times you sleep off, and the charcoal will do what? Overheat up the brooding pen, and most of the times you lose almost all the birds. So that is why brooding is very, very important. So make sure they avoid toxicity, everything that can endanger their health. And that is the age of the parent stock also matters. The size of the egg they use, the hatchery stock, it also matters also. If they are of low standard, the chick itself will be of low standard, and their growth rate will not be good also. Snake cannot give birth to something that is short, so you can see. So all these things have an symbiotic effect. And that one is predators, like animals that endanger them: snake, scorpion, rat, cuckoo. All these things, they are not good at all for them. Make sure that they are not at all coming into your pen, because once they are threatening their life in that particular pen, they will always be afraid. They will always be looking up where the enemy is coming from, and that time they will not be eating. It will also affect their growth. Health issue is another one. Chronic health problems can, like infections, can as well cause them not to eat properly well. So always monitor their poultry droppings. When the droppings changes, you know the colors that are in danger. If those colors are coming up, maybe they're having brownish discharge, or they're having stand vent, or they're having reddish discharge, or they're having watery poop, or watery droppings, or they're having whitish droppings, or milk color droppings. All these things to show you that the dropping, once the droppings are not okay, once their poop is not okay, it means they have health challenges. The good poop should be brownish color with white cap. That is when they are eating the balanced ration, unless they are scavenging, they are moving around eating anything they see. That's the only way they can have a different color. But if you are giving them concentrate feed, their droppings will be brownish color with small white cap on top of it. That is very good. Anything out of this, it means that their health is compromised. So you need to start looking for a way to come and make inquiries on what to do, or you consult your veterinary to make sure that you take proper care of them before it will affect their growth. And that one is the season. If you are rearing your chicken during the adverse heat season, it's going to affect them also. Chicken doesn't eat well during heat period, because they will be overstressed, and that overstress will do what? Cause them not to eat properly well. And if they don't eat well, there's no way they can digest, and there's no way they can assimilate, and it's also difficult for them to convert the feed. Conversion of the feed will be difficult. And that one is what? Your feeding practices. Please, inconsistent feeding schedule or improper feeding can at the same time affect their growth. Ensure that they are fed regularly and correctly. Give correct time. If you are feeding them early in the morning, make sure you give them food in the morning. And if you are giving them food in the evening, let it be in the evening. Be consistent. Not give them anytime you like. You just come. They are checking. Anytime I come there, I'll give them food. They will eat. If they don't want to eat, I'll go my way. No, they are serving you also while you are at the same time serving them. So make sure you feed them at a very scheduled time and consistently. Let them get enough food. All these points I have been mentioning here is what you need to keep for your chicken to be healthy. Let me rehearse them again for you. Number one is nutrition. Disease control is very good. Stress management is very good. The genetics and birds free from parasite is also good. Very good water quality is also one of the points. Good temperature and ventilation is another one. Feed quality, the feed that has enough protein, enough carbohydrate, enough vitamins, enough minerals is what they require to grow. That feed must be balanced. It's not that you just feed them anything they want to eat. If chickens are very hungry, they can eat anything. Even if you go into your house and carry gari and spray, they will eat it. If you like, give them stone, they will even eat it. But those, for the fact that they're eating it doesn't mean that the feed is balanced. If the food is not balanced, there is no how they can grow. They will be eating it for them to sustain them, but it will not give them anything in their body. So that is one of the things. Another one is what? Feed quality, lighting system. Give them light when it is necessary. Enough space for them to move around and digest the food. The breeding issue is another one. Water availability, disease, immunity, toxicity of the feed is another one. Parasites, age of the parent stock is good is another one. Predators, don't allow anything that will harm them, that will threaten their life to be available. Make sure you be consistent with their feeding pattern. That is, if you keep all these things, there is no way you will not get maximum weight. Let me just show you. You have idea of one of these. I will give you one chicken under brooding, and at the same time I will show you chicken that have been brooded. You see the sizes right now. Just hold on. See it. You see these chickens. You can see them. These chickens are under brooding. You can see their weight. These chickens weighs 380 grams. That is 0.38 kilograms. You can see them. See their weight at this time. So this is to tell you that if you give everything, you can see their color, that they are very white. Some of the pictures, some of the videos you sent to me, you can see that this thing is not the color you give me. The color looks brownish. A broiler is supposed to be white in color. But the color of your brooding is too dirty. It's not conducive. They cannot grow there. Even human beings will not even grow there at all. So give them a very neat environment for them to grow. And see this. There are many, there are about 500 that cannot bring them out here because of the noise. So this is what I'm telling you. Please continue. If you have any question, drop it on the comment section. I will gladly answer all your questions. Make sure this video reach other farmers that will need it. I know that many farmers are asking for a question like this. Why are there chicken? There are too many. If you go to all the social media, this is the question that you always see. Most of them post the videos. At times, I'll start crying for them. Please make sure this video reach them. Don't keep this knowledge to yourself alone. Bye for now.